giant board right here is clearly our Jeopardy board. So the categories across the top, these are the categories that we will play. I'll get to those in a second. With the numerical values, obviously the $1,000 clue is much more difficult than the $200 clue. Moving over to your right, you'll see on the bottom box, we see Cindy and Liz. Since we are going to have two people playing essentially one game, we're going to team them up. So Cindy is our first player. Cindy is here. Liz is standing backstage, and she will play our double Jeopardy round. Watson will be the only person playing in the middle podium. And Stephen and Franz. Franz is the other partner that Stephen has for his double Jeopardy round. Above that box, you'll see the blue long box says Watson on it. That's the one that Dr. Brown talked about a little bit earlier with the three top responses that Watson will come up with based on the information that he quickly sifts through for each correct response, or what he thinks is each correct response, for each clue that I read. Yes? Are we ready? I love the smell of fear. Yeah. How many of you have seen promos for Watson on TV already? I can't see you. Applaud. Sorry. Can't see this so dark up there. Awesome. So how many of you have actually heard something in the trades about Watson? A fair number of you. All right. So this will give you a good taste of what you might see on February 14th or the 16th on our Jeopardy program. Cindy, you're in our first position. You're going to start us off. Let's go ahead and look at our categories. And these are what you're going to play for this single Jeopardy round. We start off with Scene of the Crime, followed by tennis vocabulary, anyone? Laundry detergent, always in fashion, presidential rhyme time, and followed by those animals frighten me. All right? How do you feel about those categories, guys? Like deer in headlights, really. It's really something special, isn't it? All right. All right, we're going to get started. Cindy, you start us off. Go ahead and pick away.
Tennis vocabulary, anyone, for 200, please.
200, start at the top. Here we go. An aviator with 5 air kills. Cindy.
What is ace?
Ace is correct. It's an untouched serve. Nicely done. One more thing. If you know the answer, shut your mouths. We don't want to hear from you. Just a little FYI. All right, these are the players that are playing on stage. There's a reason they're standing up here, and you're all sitting down there. Yeah, okay. That's the clue. I want to give you. All right, Cindy, good job. You got $200 on the board. Go ahead and choose again.
Tennis, anyone? Tennis vocabulary, anyone, for 400.
$400. Here it is. A crack in the Earth's crust. Watson.
What is fault?
Fault is correct. Nicely done. Okay, let's take a second here before we move on. Don't applaud him. Shame on you. Just kidding. All right, so you see fault, fracture, and volcanoes. So the possible answer to the question, a crack in the Earth's crust, volcanoes, not really appropriate. Watson has come up with much worse, believe me. So he only had 12% confidence that volcanoes was the correct answer. 17% was fracture, and he was only 62% confident that fault was the actual correct response to that question. That actually was the correct response, and he took a stab because, as Dr. Brown explained earlier, if his confidence is higher than the threshold, that white line, that vertical line that you see there, he will ring in. So there's a little explanation on that. Watson, you got it right. You got $400 in your pocket. Go ahead and choose again, Watson.
Scene of the crime for 200.
Scene of the crime for 2. On January 17th, 1950, robbers made off with $2.7 million from the Brinks Bank near this city's Charleston Bridge. Cindy.
What is Boston?
Boston is the city. Nicely done. Good job. All right, go ahead, Cindy.
Tennis vocabulary, anyone, for 600.
Tennis it is for 6. The retinue of a reigning monarch. Cindy.
What is train?
No. Watson or Stephen? Correct answer is, what is court? What is a court? A retinue of a reigning monarch. Kind of headed up there, 26%. Go ahead, Cindy.
Tennis, anyone, 800.
$800. An automobile race run over public roads. Watson.
What is rally?
Rally, that's exactly right. Tennis term for back and forth. Nicely done, Watson. Good for 800. Choose again.
Scene of the crime for 400.
JFK was shot as his motorcade passed through this outdoor plaza, the front door of Dallas. Sandy.
What is daily?
Yes, Dealey Plaza. Nicely done. Good for 400. Choose again.
Tennis vocabulary for 1,000.
End it out. Amber. Ambrose Pierce described this as a temporary insanity curable by marriage. Watson.
What is love?
Love, yes. Love. 98% sure on that answer. Yes. Here's the irony of that clue. Ambrose Pierce was married for 17 years to Molly Day, so apparently he didn't know what the answer to love was. All right, Watson, you have control of the board and $2,200 in your pocket. Go ahead.
Scene of the crime for 600.
$1 billion was stolen from this city's central bank March 18, 2003, shortly before U.S. bombing began. Cindy.
What is Baghdad?
Baghdad is a city. Good, for 6. Go ahead.
Scene of the crime for 800, please.
The final conviction in the 1963 bombing of this city's 16th Street Baptist Church didn't come for nearly 40 years. Watson.
What is Birmingham?
That is correct. Birmingham, Alabama is the city we were looking for. Nicely done. Do we want to finish it off or move on, Watson?
Let's finish scene of the crime.
Let's. An assassin fired 2 shots into William McKinley at the 1901 Pan American Exposition in this city. Watson.
What is Buffalo, New York?
Buffalo, New York is the city. Nicely done, Watson. Good for $1,000 there. Stephen, your buzzer worked okay, right?